Video games are full of unsound healthcare practices, like crouching behind a wall to treat a face full of blood. Maybe just wipe the blood off? But even a Call of Duty protagonist knows better than to use any of these following health items, which are much more likely to make you sick than cure your bullet wounds. So yeah, don't try any of the following video game remedies at home, or at work, or at school, or in the post office, or, in fact, don't use them in any location. Inspiration for this video comes from our Twitter friend, Emerald Alley, who recently tweeted at us about unhealthy health items. Thanks, Emerald. You're all right.
Vigilante crusades against ruthless street gangs can really take it out of you, especially if you're a small boy whose only qualification for street fighting is that you own a pair of rollerblades. Stay in school, kids. Still, no matter how badly you've been beaten by guys with names like Galcia and Y-Signal, that's no excuse for eating a roast chicken you found in a trash can. That thing was definitely thrown out for a reason, guys. You're in an alleyway behind a seedy bar and it's raining. If nothing else, that thing is all gross and wet. Look, these guys have all got low health and none of them are touching it. I take that as a sign. Barbon is very disappointed in you.
Attention viewers, the following item contains a minor spoiler for Fallout 4. If you'd like to avoid it, skip ahead a minute. Pretty much everything you consume in Fallout is radioactive, and usually, the more nutritious it is, the more radioactive it is. Purified water is the cleanest form of health in the wasteland, but it's about as common as a super mutant without an anger management problem. Everything else is going to irradiate your insides with a certain number of rads per second. At the top end of that is Queen Mirelurk meat, which pumps out a mighty 25 rads per second, making it the only meal that can effectively microwave itself. Alright, those 25 rads aren't going to cause all your teeth to immediately fall out. You'd need a dose of between 200 and 1,000 rads within the space of a few hours for acute radiation poisoning. But radiation in any dose can cause long-term negative effects like cancer, so as a general rule of thumb, you want to keep your exposure down. Maybe just save that delicious Queen Mirelurk Thermidor for special occasions, like when you've just killed a Mirelurk Queen, for example.
Now, I'm no doctor, but I have seen several episodes of Scrubs, and I do own my own surgical gown. Don't ask.
I feel pretty confident, therefore, advising you not to do vials of blood you find on random corpses, like in Bloodborne.
Unless you're a hunter who has undergone the mystic blood ministration ritual in Yharnam.
Shots of strange blood aren't going to heal you up. Not only that, but from the looks of these corpses, it's going to get you some nasty monster diseases into the bargain.
Ugh.
If you thought eating gross chicken off the floor was rock bottom for a fighting game character, then you clearly haven't played Final Fight, because that's not even the most disgusting thing that game's heroic trio can pick up off the floor and put in their mouths. That dubious accolade goes to someone else's used chewing gum, that someone else being Eddie E, the overweight, unnecessarily hairy, corrupt cop you meet at the end of the game's West Side stage. When he spots you, Eddie E spits out his chewing gum to prepare for the fight. What he probably didn't prepare for is you picking his gum up off the floor, then eating it and gaining a health boost in the process. I don't think the 5-second rule applies in this situation, Hagger.
Although it's one of the less overtly toxic items on this list, the dog food you chow down on in Wolfenstein is also one of the least appetizing. There's something about those glistening chunks of nondescript meat garnished with a marrowbone jelly that really turns the stomach. Still, when you're BJ Blazkowicz trapped in a castle riddled with Nazis, you'll take whatever you can get. It might not be poison, but eating dog food isn't a great idea health-wise. Hygiene standards for animal food are much lower than standards for person food. Plus, I mean, this is war-torn Germany in 1946. It's probably made of all the dogs you shot in the previous level. Still, look on the bright side. At least you'll maintain that glossy coat and wet nose of yours. Yes, you will. You will. Who's a good viewer? Who is a good viewer?
What the? Ah, stupid dog.
Among the many, many things in Postal 2 that you shouldn't do in real life, smoking crack to restore your health is right up there. The euphemistically named health pipe lets you do just that, however, automatically boosting you to a hefty 125 hit points. The small downside is that 5 minutes later you'll suffer a minor heart attack and lose 25% of your health.
Withdraw's a bitch.
Now call me old-fashioned, but one of the things I look for in my health-restoring items is that they don't cause near-fatal cardiac episodes when I'm trying to get stuff done. Still, it is the postal guy suffering the heart attack, so maybe for the best.
Yeah, fantastic. Another good day's work. Trouble seems to find us, Max.
Painkillers are useful if you need to keep going when you're suffering, but crucially, they don't tackle the root cause of that pain. Try telling that to troubled New York cop Max Payne, though, who guzzles endless pills to keep going during what amounts to a sustained 10-hour firefight. That's not going to help with multiple gunshot wounds to the chest and head. What you need, Max, is proper medical attention. Or better yet, proper police backup, due process, that sort of thing. The other problem is that overdoing it on painkillers can develop into addiction and isn't great for your insides either. After 3 games of this, Max's liver probably looks like the surface of the moon.
You would have thought after saving the Earth from the Rigelians the first time, Duke Nukem would have landed a sweet energy drink sponsorship deal or something. Instead, as a last resort in Duke Nukem 3D, you can gain a single point of health by lapping at the fountain of water from a broken toilet. Worse still, that's usually after you've just used the toilet for the extra 10 points of health that gives you. Ew. Given that the average toilet seat has 50 species of bacteria per square inch, potentially including really bad stuff like E. coli, you'd probably spend the rest of the alien invasion in the cubicle next door throwing up. Still, when it's a choice between that and a highly unstable radioactive atom, I can see why you'd go for the toilet water.
Those were the video game health items more likely to get you a trip to the hospital than a boost to your HP. Thanks for watching, like and subscribe for more videos like this one from Outside Xbox, and we'll see you next time. All right, guys, time for lunch?
Where'd you get that?
Found it.
Jane, stop eating and tell the people about our other videos.
I already know. Wait, what?
Jane, tell people.
I can't hear you over the sound of this delicious roast chicken. It smells really good. This isn't a plastic prop. This is a real, fresh off the rotisserie chicken. So I'm not going to tell you about any other Outside Xbox videos because I'm here to promote roast chickens.
Have you people heard about
Brought
roast
to you
chicken?
by the Roast Chicken Council of the UK. I'm sorry if you're a vegetarian. Because you can't eat this roast chicken. No, I'm sorry if you're a vegetarian because obviously you're not into this. It is a prop and it's Andy's. So if I just lick it, then he can't eat it either.
What are those videos in the window?
All right, okay.
Underestimate my love of chicken.
If you would like to watch some shows of the week, that's our weekly show about a particular video game, then you can watch a whole playlist of those back to back like Netflix right now in this window down here. Or if you'd like to watch another feature a bit like this one but not this one, then we have hundreds of them. I think last count like 160 or 170 of those in this playlist down here. Also available to binge mainstream style, mainline style in a Netflix kind of fashion. So that's all I can say about that, and now I'm gonna eat this chicken. Yeah? Yeah. Good seg there. Speaking of binging on videos, I'm now going to binge on this chicken. Bye.